The Supersonics leading the Pacific Division, but the Phoenix Suns are closing in quickly. Just 2.5 games separate these two teams. Seattle has beaten the Suns 3 straight times this year. Davis goes back to Boozy now, formerly the Indiana Pacers. Here's the smooth Walter Davis.
Brent, we talked about that consecutive game double-figure streak that Walter Davis had. This month of March is the best in his career. He's averaged 25 points a game in March alone.
Dump it in, and it goes back to Westfall. Quickly to the trigger. John Johnson. Davis has looked forward to this game for a long time. John Johnson goes to Gus Williams. They left him all alone out there. You can't do that with him. He'll tear you up.
Seattle get the ball.
And Garherd is up, Keith, as you predicted. John McLeod has gone to his bench, and the rookie will have to come out for a time. 2 fouls on Kramer right now as John Johnson puts it on the floor for Lenny Wilkins and the Supersonics. Great pass inside to Williams. Pretty play coming down the baseline. This team is really looking good together, Keith, now, and we have not had a missed free throw in this game. The Suns bring it down on the attack. Westfall 44. Hurd handles it for the first time, and they move it back to the other side. Here's Davis. He's had the hot hand. Johnson watching him. They dish inside to Boozy. Steps out of that time infraction zone, and Westfall puts it up and in. 7 of 11.
Boy, is he tough, isn't he?
Westfall cuts to the basket. Dennis Johnson was slow. The tap is not going down by Adams. Davis almost intercept. Here's Gus Williams now. Quickly for Lenny Wilkins. He's alone and on.
And he's hot, too. That last time you mentioned Dennis Johnson took the ball in. He jumped so high, he did hit his forearm on the bottom of the backboard as he went up.
They come. Oh, they are lethal. Look at the teamwork. They seem to anticipate where their teammates are. Look at them dish it off. Oh, they are loaded. They're coming on, this group. The Sonics come back down. That's the time remaining, first period, as the Sonics have taken command with all 5 men contributing. Not a player on this team averaging 20 points, but 7 men in double figures, and they dish it off to the open man. Oh, I want to tell you something. They've been lethal here in the first period.
Moving that ball around.
Here's Williams now going to Shelton. And Dennis Johnson.
Larry Bird said that Dennis Johnson was the best player that he ever played with. DJ, who is a Hall of Famer, was an extremely well-rounded player. 2 times he was an All-NBA selection, and 9 times he was named to the NBA's All-Defensive Team. A 3-time NBA champion, he was the 1978-1979 NBA Finals Most Valuable Player.
And again, they take the air out of the sails of the Suns. Davis gliding in. May have forced the shot, but it went anyway.
Can you believe that play by Walter Davis? What an incredible shot. You talk about a guy being off balance.
Suns are right back in it. Westfall puts a move, comes underneath. DJ will throw it in bounds. Lenny Wilkins elects not to gamble with Jack Sikma, and you don't want to second guess Lenny Wilkins the way he's coached the last couple of years. Oh, Dennis Johnson hits. Freddie Brown. They beat the time clock. DJ looking for the time. Not quite synced up. There's 9 on the shot clock. Suns for sure will get it back. DJ takes it from the corner, and somebody wake him up.
He's got the wrong uniform on.
He's unbelievable. Westfall score. DJ and Westfall exchange him at the buzzer.
We've got downtowners all over this floor tonight. Watch this, Pat. Look at the clock. It's got 1 on it as Westfall goes up, and there was no horn yet when the ball was released from his hands, and then it went off. What a shot. We've seen a whole bunch of them.
What you are about to view is footage from a December 9, 1977 fight in which Laker Kermit Washington absolutely rearranged Rudy Tomjanovich's face. Washington was fined $10,000 and suspended 60 days. Rudy made a full recovery and was an NBA All-Star just 2 years later. He won 2 NBA titles as the Houston Rockets head coach in 1994 and 1995.
Basketball is always highlights, and sometimes there's some drawbacks and things that I know that you don't like to recall. And one particular incident happened in December of '77 when you took a punch from Kermit Washington. I know you don't like to talk about it, but do you remember that occasion?
Well, that's one day I'm trying to forget.
How about Calvin? You were there. I don't think you were in the game, but you were with the team. Did you see it happen?
Yes, I did. And here's a situation whereas not only the fact that Rudy and I are very good friends, if it happened to any one of my teammates, I would have felt the same way. I looked at an individual lying in his own blood, and I've been in little scraps myself, and it comes to me that I would never want to have to hurt anyone like I saw Rudy laying there hurt. I actually thought that he was dead.
Rudy suffered a broken nose, concussion, a cut from the left nostril to his lip, and the bone structure of his face was detached from his skull as he lay unconscious. Rudy said that he could taste the spinal fluid that was leaking into his skull capsule. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar said it sounded like a melon being dropped onto concrete when Rudy hit the hardwood. Reporters said they heard the sound of the punch all the way into the second-floor press box. The doctor who worked on Rudy said, quote, "I have seen many people with far less serious injuries not make it," unquote. He likened the reconstructive facial surgery to scotch taping a badly shattered eggshell.
Hot Rod Hundley is with the Birdman in Las Vegas. He cut this interview. Hot Rod?
Perhaps the best college basketball player in many a year is in Las Vegas for a basketball game here tomorrow, the College All-Star game. And why is he here? He has nothing to prove. He has proven to be the best college basketball player in the country. And why are you going to play in this game, Larry?
Well, I made some commitments early in the season. I told a couple guys from the Pizza Hut back home that I would play in it. And, I didn't know what kind of year I was going to have. Maybe I needed this game for the year started at the end of it. But I told him I'd play in it. And, I don't want to go back on my word. And, I don't have nothing to prove. But, it's a good experience for me to come out here in Vegas and relax a little bit and had a good time. But, when I say I'm going to do something, I try to stick with it.
Sonics looking to regain the lead. Sigma double teamed. Adams steals the ball. Westfall's alone. Adams gets kicked away from Joe Sigma. He made sure that time. Spins out. It's Boozy as the Suns get it rolling right now. Westfall spins to the middle. He was looking for the shot all the way. He took the man into the middle. You knew what he was setting up mentally. On the steal, Boozy back to Davis. Knocked away by Johnson, and Sigma runs it down.
What a tremendous play by Dennis Johnson blocking that shot.
All right, we got action fast and furious.
He just rammed right into Boosie that time.
All right, the Suns now to the attack. Westfall comes in with the other hand layup, right hand go down. This time, the Suns drop back on defense.
Half. Brent, one of the stats we didn't mention in the first half, Phoenix shot 20 free throws, Seattle won.
Oh, Freddie Brown got free, hesitated, and came on through on the drive. A tough shot. 43 and 34 after the night. DJ from outside. Boy, has he found the range here tonight.
Oh, nothing but confidence in that jump shot. Back to the Phoenix offense. Not one of their regulars in the game, and not one of their three top scorers in the game, all out at the same time.
So the point you're making is to stagger the three top scorers.
Well, I think you've got to. I don't think you can take them all. This is a game of balance. You've got to balance whatever you do out there.
John Johnson's behind the back pass, and Shelton picks up two. End of 3 periods, and the NBA on CBS will continue after these messages from your local stations. Here is Sigma, puts it down on Bayard Forrest, and Forrest stuck right with him, good defense. Here's Walter Davis, watch his speed off to the left, McLean, and Forrest on the follow.
What a tremendous play. Forrest blocked Jack Sigma's shot.
Loose ball, it's her to the Suns. Here's Davis, now to Boozy. Brown with him. DJ takes Westfall. Walter Davis inside. How about he seized the man.
Walter Davis doing it all out here tonight. Took that ball down the middle, took a high dribble that time, brought Lenny Wilkins to his feet, thought it was traveling, made a sensational shot.
28 points for the second year. And from North Carolina, and here he comes again. Walter Davis is a one-man show.
Walter Davis, nicknamed the Greyhound, averaged 18.9 points per game for his career, was named the 1977-1978 Rookie of the Year, and was a 6-time NBA All-Star and 2 times named All-NBA Second Team. He had 6 seasons of 20-plus points per game, and his son's number 6 jersey was retired. On February 25, 1983, Davis set an all-time NBA record when he successfully scored his first 34 points before finally missing a shot. He made his first 15 field goals and converted 4 straight free throws before missing a jump shot with 55 seconds left in the game. He enjoyed this success despite 2 times having to enter drug rehab clinics to deal with a cocaine addiction during his NBA playing career prior to 1987.
Walter Davis with 34 points and just a sensational ball game, not only offensively but defensively just as well.
Now the Suns, an important trip at 2:30. And pulled to within 2 points on Westfall. Score it up. And now they'll come alive here in Phoenix.
How valuable to have a player like Westfall and Walter Davis Adams that all shoot that ball so well.
The pressure is Hurd is out. They pressured the ball and Hurd to the passing lane. Back to Gar. Put it in and tie it up in Phoenix. Tie it up at 2:04, 103, 103. And the Pacific Division title perhaps at stake right now. Phoenix trailing by 2.5.
Let's see if we can pick up Adams now. Adams is going to break out and get the ball from Hurd, and then he's going to look for either Westfall or for Walter Davis breaking into the lane.
Here is Adams. Time running out. Davis to the jump shot. Tie at 4 seconds. 4 seconds. There's time. There's time left for the Sonics. Lenny Wilkins now. He'll regroup.
I can't tell you what an incredible shot that was, Brent. Not only was Lonnie Shelton jumping to block that shot, but Dennis Johnson. Those guys jump so well. Watch Walter Davis as he gets this ball. Takes it to his left. Now watch Shelton, Dennis Johnson come over. Both of them go up here as high as they can. Look at the tremendous concentration Walter Davis has. What a shot.
Dennis Johnson comes in now on Boozy. Hurd fronting Silas. Silas rotates back toward the glass. Errant pass. Hurd now to Westfall on the turnover. Adams is open.
That's great execution by the Phoenix Suns. Westfall to Adams. Adams gave a little signal he was ahead. He could take that lob pass.
Here's Adams. And here he comes. The man of the night. An incredible performance by Walter Davis. 38 points. Time at 1:35 and tied at 1:09 now in Phoenix. Brown drops it off to Sigma. Sigma faces up and goes, and the Sonics are up by 2. With 5 fouls, Jack Sigma hits 2 field goals in a row, and back comes Walter Davis. Dishes to Adams underneath. We're tied, and the Suns with a chance to go ahead.
The Miller people promised me a case of light beer if I could keep this ball spinning for the length of this commercial. Now, I'm not one to show off, but I do just about anything for a few light beers. You see, light's got 1/3 less calories than the regular beer, and it's less filling, so I can stay loose. But the thing I like best is the taste. And I believe at this time that somebody here owes me a case of that taste. Thanks a lot, boys. See you around.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
Hey, Charlie.
Westfall holding, waiting. 10. Now he starts. Here's Davis out at 8. Davis going one-on-one now. High arch again. 8 seconds left on the game clock. 8 seconds on the game clock. They wrapped that shot clock right down to 5 seconds. And so now the final 8 seconds. 1:13, 1:11. 40 points for Walter Davis in Phoenix tonight. So the defensive team is on the floor for the Suns. The Seattle Supersonics with 8 seconds for the tie. John Johnson will throw the ball inbounds as it starts downtown. Freddie Brown, he's open. No! Loose ball. Johnson will hurry.